A fifth of young people aged between 25 and 34 say they expect to rely on money left behind from their parents to fund their retirement rather than relying on a pension. And 21% say that they expect that money before their mum and dad pass away. So, is it OK, Brenda, to ask for the money early? How would you feel if Tanisha...
I'd like to see someone try and ask me for money. No, it's not OK. It's not OK. I will prefix by saying when my mum and dad passed, I didn't realise, but they had been saving money for myself and my brother, and, you know, they left us money, and when we became 18, we were entitled to that money. There were conversations that were had with my family. Are we old enough and responsible enough to know what to do? Because at that time, I think it was £4,000 or £8,000, but at that time, back in 1970, you know, when I was 18, it was a lot of money and you could do a lot with it then. And so I've kind of... And obviously, I was working from the age of 16. From the minute I got my national insurance card, I knew I wanted to get a job and start working. And I just think that it's not a good idea and it's not great, and nobody will be getting anything early from me if they haven't put the work in themselves.
I know, but you know what they say, times have changed. The intergenerational wealth gap is greater than it ever was
Yeah, times have changed, but times have changed
for young people.
No, I'm not having that, no, because times have changed for the young people, and it's changed just as much for people who have got a mortgage and a pay, like myself. So I've done a little writing and calculation things. If a young person was to save, because you could go out and you could buy buy a coffee or buy a meal, that's like, say, £20 for a day. £20 for a day, that's 140 for that week, £140, that's almost 7.5K for that year. Do that over 5 years, that's 35K. You can put a deposit down and you can save. That's just from looking at your meals, let alone the luxuries that some of these young people have of going out, gallivanting and raving.
They don't have 20 quid. I mean, the thing is, if they're going to get it anyway, why not give them early when it can help them? Does that not make sense, Janet?
No.
Thank you, Janet.
I'm trying my best.
Thank you, Janet.
No.
Go on, Janet.
I grew up in a house that had literally no money. My first house my parents had was a rented house given to them. You know, they were allowed to rent it from one of my dad's relatives. They must have saved up so hard by the time I was 14, they finally managed to put the deposit on a semi-detached house out in suburbia. Of course, I was heartbroken because I wanted to carry on living right in the middle of London. But they instilled in me, save yourself. I had a savings book from the age of 8. And when my sister ran away from home when she was 12 and I was 14, guess whose savings book she took? The one with the dosh in it, mine. And I'd saved, you know, even at the age of 14, way back in history, I'd saved about 25 quid.
But I mean, there will be a lot of younger people watching this saying, look, times have changed, you're an older generation, you benefited from the property boom, things were different then. And I mean, one of our team, we were having that chat this morning, wasn't it? And she said that actually her mum, off on her cruises and enjoying all the things, feels selfish to them because they're having opportunities that they're not having. And, as I say, if you're going to leave the money at some point, then leave it when it's actually going to be useful.
Yeah, but I'm one of these... I'm in the middle of these two, really, because I don't disagree with it. But I am one of these as spend your money and have a great life as much as you can. If there's anything left over, great, you'll inherit it.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm not sure how I'd feel if they go, you know that inheritance run about, can we have it now? However, every single thing I do is for them.
Absolutely.
Everything I do. So hopefully, if and when I do go, there is something for them.
But the thing about that is you are retaining control, right? So you are...
I don't see it as retaining control, because I give pocket money. They get pocket money, they get money.
That's your control. You are controlling the money that is going to them, even if it's going to them...
No, it's my money.
Who says it should go to them, though?
Give me a chance. Give me a chance. No, I'm just saying, if they are eventually going to get it, so if one of your kids came to you and said, look, I really would like to buy a property and I don't have the deposit, could you possibly see your way to giving me £10,000?
If I had it,
So you would?
Yes.
Right, OK. Would you, Brenda?
I would. To help them out, absolutely.
Oh, to help them. Yeah, but I've done that. I do.
Ladder.
That's what I'm saying. I do that. It's not just about pocket money. If I see that, you know, I know that they need something, just like the camera, I do that. I do invest in the children, but I don't think early investment.
What
So you're going to be for Jamal? I get, you know, it's like if they need things to help them and progress. I don't see anything wrong with that. Yeah. But you're not getting my whole retirement money and my pension early and what, be nice to me until I get it, and then what, you chuck me down the stairs and, oh, she's had a fall. No, thank you.
And also, they've got to think about later on in life that if you've given them all the money up front and then you need to go into a nursing home or whatever, who's going to pay for it?
I think the cost of late life care is something we should put at the forefront of our minds.
Absolutely.
I mean, things have changed so much. You know, a generation ago, as you got older, there was more provision. Now councils have cut back on, you know, supplying services to older people.
Yeah.
The cost of care homes has rocketed, and I think
for young people, we think about that, but young people, I don't think about it. That's too far away for them to
conditions.
think about. But can I just say all this about but you know, back in my day and when I was young and I did this, I also think that I don't want my kids to have to go through that. There was times back in the day when it was really hard and horrible. And if I can stop them having to go through that, I will.
And we are putting that in place. We're putting that in place for our kids.
As long as they've got a good work ethic, they see me working really hard, and they've all got a good work ethic. You know, if they were staying at home doing nothing, expecting handouts, absolutely wouldn't happen.
What about the large amount?
I don't want them to suffer just because I did.
Yeah, but if I can afford to retire, then I can afford to give you whatever. That's the way that I look at it. If I can't, and I can't.
I think the word retirement is a very dangerous word because this government has taxed income, pensions, and, you know, they've changed the threshold, and so more and more pensioners, more than ever, in fact, are paying income tax now. So if pensioners do want to earn a bit more money and do want to carry on working like my generation, we're being taxed, and often taxed at 40%. Because
but if you've got the income, why shouldn't you be taxed?
I'm not complaining about paying the tax, but it makes saving harder for a whole lot of older people. And all my friends are concerned about the cost of care as you get older. And if you're in a couple, what happens if one of you can't look after the other one? And so let's just, you know, I also worry about the number of young people who say they're not sure about working too hard. You see, we didn't have that choice. Our choice was you go to work, you work hard and you save. That was hardwired into our brains.
Do you think the current young generation don't work as hard as your generation?
Oh, I think they have a different attitude, some of them, that's all. Not all of them, no, I'm not. I'm absolutely not.
The majority work hard for very little pay, actually, and then tax.
I think there is an issue, though, with interesting jobs for them and creative jobs and jobs that are going to stretch them. And one of the things I read recently, which really rang true, is all of us did Saturday jobs, maybe not Colleen because she was off on tour, but for all of us, that Saturday job was your first taste of work. And from doing that Saturday job, you learned how to save, you learned social stuff.
Can I just ask a question before we have to end this?
Yeah.
So, you know, like, we've been friends now for so many years. So, about 15 years, I think it is now, and we've always got on lovely and all of that.
You're building up to something.
So, who are you leaving all your money to?
Who am I leaving my money to? I've written my will many times. I'm going to leave my
friendship.
Yeah, I'd rather. I would leave my will to my money to my friends, and in fact, that's what's in my will.
Am I in there? Am I your friend?
Oh my God!
That list changes all the time.
Can I have it early?
Wow. The cheek, live on air. By the way, that was inheritance begging, a new phenomenon.
I think Badger's going to be a very happy dog.
It's not for Badger.